So I legitimately got home from the gym and I don't even have my coat off yet. Jesse texts me about news that I did not know about before I got home. So I go on the internet and I find out that WWE has approached Stone Cold Steve Austin for a major match at WrestleMania. Now, I'm not surprised by that news because I figured that Stone Cold Steve Austin was going to be involved at WrestleMania in some way, shape, or form. You could just take a look at his Instagram page and see him working out. Yes, he could be working out to maintain his physique and keep in shape, but you're not going to do what Stone Cold Steve Austin is doing and look like Stone Cold Steve Austin right now if you're not getting ready for something coming up. Now, I figured he would be involved at WrestleMania, but I did not at all ever think that Stone Cold Steve Austin would be involved at WrestleMania potentially in a match against Roman Reigns. And that's where we are right now with the news that broke literally an hour ago via Fightful Select and Sean Ross Sapp. There are rumors that The Rock might not be doing WrestleMania, that he might not be coming back. Now, this is being recorded before Raw 30 tonight, the 30th anniversary. We could still see The Rock in some way, in some aspect on the show tonight. He might not be there physically. We may get a video package of some sort. We don't know what's going on. Everybody's running with the rumor right now that The Rock is not doing WrestleMania and that they changed the acknowledgement ceremony of the bloodline to the trial of Sami Zayn. I mean, this potentially could all be a red herring. They wiped the slate clean, and they gave us the trial of Sami Zayn tonight because it was a little bit too predictable. I don't think The Rock is really not going to be at WrestleMania. I fully believe he will be at WrestleMania. I do think that after all this time and all the teases made by him specifically via several outlets, he's talked about it. He's been asked about it. Nobody will comment on it. He teased it on Young Rock. He's had over 2 years to get ready for this. This match was supposed to take place at last year's WrestleMania, and he didn't want it to take place at last year's WrestleMania because he wanted it to happen in Los Angeles. Now, I don't believe a word out of any of these people's mouths. I don't believe the dirt sheets. I don't believe The Rock. I do think The Rock will be at WrestleMania in some way, shape, or form, and we will get that match in some way at WrestleMania, whether it's that being the main event or we get a double main event with Roman and Rock and then Roman and Cody. They wiped the slate clean with Monday Night Raw. They want us to believe that The Rock is not going to be at WrestleMania. I don't believe this fucking rumor that I'm reading. I don't believe this rumor that I'm reading. Rock might not be at WrestleMania. Fightful Select has learned that a pitch was made internally for a huge opponent for Stone Cold Steve Austin, which Fightful Select was told was Roman Reigns. Now, they are told at the very least Austin's camp was approached with the possibility of it happening, which was said to have been for enormous money for Stone Cold Steve Austin. In the summer of 2022, Fightful reported that Austin was approached with a deal that wasn't as appealing from a financial standpoint. Those that we spoke to, say Fightful, in WWE claimed that they hadn't heard back on whether the more recent offer was accepted or not. And another source indicated that another big name was offered to Austin in the months prior. Now, as of early December, WrestleMania title matches, as reported by WrestlingNews.co, were slated as Drew McIntyre / Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins on night one, and then Cody Rhodes, or to be determined, versus Roman Reigns on another night. Now, we don't know how or if that has been changed internally. Austin finally agreed to make an in-ring return at last year's WrestleMania, if you guys remember, against Kevin Owens. He main evented night one with KO. Even up until the day, there were concerns that Austin would change his mind, and Fightful were told that they weren't sure he'd do the night two interactions with Vince McMahon and Austin Theory with Pat McAfee as well until the day of. This rumor is ridiculous. This is absolutely a ridiculous story. This is an awful idea. I don't know how anybody is looking at this thinking that this is a good idea. You want to know the first thing that comes to my mind when I think of this? After all the rumors, and listen, I don't want to be a negative Nancy. I'm done talking about it. We'll see what happens in the weeks to come, in the months to come. Right now, we're all under the assumption that Paul Levesque is still running creative. I'm just going to run with that. there is a huge possibility, and I am very afraid that Vince McMahon's going to come back and run WWE creative, and that there will be a sale of the company. He's going to manipulate power to take the company over. I know it sounds a little outlandish, but, I don't put anything by Vince McMahon. This rumor is fucking ridiculous. Ridiculous. This is absolutely the first thing that I thought of. This is a Vince McMahon suggestion, because to Triple H would rather a Cody Rhodes. Triple H would rather a Seth Rollins. Triple H would rather a Sami Zayn at WrestleMania. Do you think Vince McMahon, knowing what WrestleMania is looking at those three potential opponents for Roman Reigns and thinking that is a WrestleMania main event? Even how great Cody is, I don't even think Vince McMahon is all in on Cody for obvious reasons, because he went away for 6 years. He comes back. He thinks he's going to main event WrestleMania, become the world champion, and act as if he wasn't in AEW for the last fucking 4 years. And then leaving the company the way that he did, asking for his release, not wanting to be there. Vince takes great offense to something like that, even though it is Cody Rhodes. One day he'll say, welcome home, son. And then the next day he'll be like, you got to bust your ass and earn my respect and trust again. He's not going to put Cody Rhodes in the main event right away because it makes the most sense. When has Vince McMahon ever done anything that makes the most sense? This is an awful idea. This is a ridiculous idea. This is a Vince McMahon suggestion. No doubt about it. I cannot see Triple H making this type of creative pitch to anybody. I can't even envision Triple H calling Stone Cold Steve Austin to do something like this with all of the manpower and the talent he currently has on the roster. That would be a better choice. Vince McMahon is the one who called Stone Cold Steve Austin, not Triple H or anybody in Triple H's camp. This is a ridiculous and awful creative idea. How much longer are we going to go and put over Roman Reigns? Do we really need Stone Cold Steve Austin to put over Roman Reigns? We're nearing 900 days of Roman Reigns literally going through everybody on the WWE roster. Do we really need Stone Cold Steve Austin to go and put over Roman Reigns? The answer is no. Enough is enough. It's time for a change. You guys know where that quote came from. I can't even fathom this being a great idea. And for the people saying, this is a mega money match, I partially agree with you. But it's not a WrestleMania match to me. It's not the right WrestleMania match. Let me reiterate that. It's not the right WrestleMania match. I could see Stone Cold Steve Austin and Roman Reigns at a Super Showdown or a Crown Jewel or one of the Saudi shows in a last stand for Stone Cold Steve Austin to have one last hurrah and challenge the Tribal Chief and try and get back the WWE title. If Austin wanted to do more than one match or a string of matches or a couple of months of a return and then ride off into the sunset, I could see that being a mega Saudi match. And with Austin and the way he performed at WrestleMania with KO, I'm sure Roman Reigns and Austin could put on a very good world championship match. I could see that taking place in Saudi, not at WrestleMania. At WrestleMania, you need to do the right thing. People are telling me, this match is going to put butts in seats. This is going to put the asses in the seats at WrestleMania. What the fuck are you talking about? WrestleMania is already sold out. I don't give a fuck what you put on WrestleMania as long as it's not this. This is not moving forward with WWE. This is not Triple H giving us a better WWE. This reeks of Vince McMahon. This is WWE going backwards. How much more do you want to live in the nostalgia era? How much more nostalgia do you need? WrestleMania has been battered and beaten with fucking nostalgia for years. We are embarking on one of the most important WrestleManias, possibly the most important WrestleMania of all time, and you want Stone Cold Steve Austin to challenge Roman Reigns in the main event for the WWE Heavyweight Championship, the Universal Championship? No, I'm sorry. Fuck the nostalgia. It is now time to do the right thing. Cody Rhodes or Sami Zayn. I will accept either one of them. Cody Rhodes is my choice to win the Royal Rumble. I will accept nobody else on Saturday night winning the Royal Rumble. Stone Cold Steve Austin is not the right idea for Roman Reigns. If you want to give me Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, now I take that. The report said there was another major name pitched for Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania. Seth Rollins doesn't have anything to do going on right now going into WrestleMania. He's not the United States champion. How much more do you want to see him feud with Austin Theory? How much more do you want to see him feud with Bobby Lashley? He's got nothing going on. The idea that I have maybe brought to the table for Seth Rollins is having him have another open challenge, but that's boring. We did that last year. Maybe somebody like Carmelo Hayes challenges him at WrestleMania. I think that would be a great match, but I don't really see that happening, and that's WWE really not being as creative. If you want Rollins, who's probably done the best work of his entire career with this current run that he's on, you want to reward him at WrestleMania, why don't we get a full-fledged program with Rollins and Austin at WrestleMania? That's a big match for Stone Cold Steve Austin, a match that he can honestly lose and still look good in. Why don't you give the rub to Seth Rollins? Because he's lost to Cody Rhodes 3 different fucking times. He's been up and down on the WWE roster, not really main eventing for a world championship. You got him with the United States Championship, right? Challenging for the United States Championship, a B championship. Monday Night Raw doesn't even have a world championship for this guy to challenge for, and you want to put him in a nothing match? This is the match that you put Seth Rollins in at WrestleMania. This is the rub you give Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. What the fuck does Roman Reigns need a goddamn rub for? He's been getting rubbed by everybody, up and down, left and right, for 900 fucking days, for 2 fucking years. Are you kidding me? This is a ridiculous, ridiculous rumor. I don't want to hear it from anybody, how it's a big money match, how you want to see it. You're the fucking reason for the deterioration of the current product. We're looking to move forward here. This is moving backwards. This is not a mega money match that's going to put butts in seats. There are already butts in seats. WrestleMania for both nights is sold out. Save this for Saudi if you want to do a one-off match. I don't give a fuck what you do. Get this idea off the table and do what is right in Los Angeles. Now this, I will say this in closing, this could all be bullshit, and this could be yet another thing in a string of things that we've seen that don't really make a lot of sense, with Dwayne saying, oh, I'm not ring ready, and blah, 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 and all the reports saying that Rock is not going to be there. They canceled this plan for Monday Night Raw and the acknowledgement ceremony because they couldn't get The Rock and all this other shit. This could be a red herring. This could be another way to throw the scent off the trail because WWE figured out the fans, figured maybe The Rock is going to be there. They might have gotten too close to the fire, and WWE is literally doing whatever they can to throw the scent off the trail so the fans don't really anticipate The Rock coming, even though he still may end up being there tonight or on the road to WrestleMania, and we still end up getting the Roman and Rock match at WrestleMania. This could be a way for WWE to throw everybody off. I don't know. But on first glance, at first look here, this is an awful idea. This is WWE moving backwards. We are in a WWE led by Triple H and his administration. We want to move forward with youth. We want to move forward with logic and shit that makes sense. We've already talked about for months what the right idea is for WrestleMania, and this reeks of Vince McMahon calling Austin up and saying, I'll offer you this, if you go put Roman over, because Vince is now, heading into WrestleMania. He's back on the board of directors, and he's giving creative suggestions to Triple H, which was already reported. This is a Vince McMahon creative suggestion. There's no fucking way that Triple H came up with this idea and would allow this and come up with this for WrestleMania out of everything else that we've already discussed heading into the biggest show of the year. Let me know what you guys think down below. If you want more opinions, if you guys want more comments and interaction, follow me on social media. I'll be live tweeting during Monday Night Raw tonight. Big show tonight, Raw 30. Follow me on Twitter at JD from NY206. That's Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. And please join me live tonight after Monday Night Raw. We will be live for the Raw 30 post show right here on Off the Script. Until then, guys, I'll see you after Monday Night Raw. Have a great Monday night. And it should be a banger of an episode tonight for Raw. See you guys later.